Hello, everybody. Welcome to this interesting modeling company pop-up live. I think you can guess what this one is going to be about, can't you? Because less than 2 days ago, I placed an order with Premium Hobbies, who are based just up the road, just up the M5 in Weston-super-Mare, for some new Despy goodies. Anyway, I placed the order late-ish on Monday, about Monday tea time. Wednesday morning, package turns up here. Absolutely fabulous service. Now, the thing is, this is a genuine unboxing because, as you can see, all the sticky tape is still on there. So this, like I say, this is going to be a genuine unboxing in the strictest sense of the phrase. Sorry, I got itchy arm. So shall we dive on and have a look to see what is in the box? So how exciting. We've got some viewers have joined us for this momentous event. So hello, Dougal McWoogle on a Wednesday, I know. Nick Brown, David Mummery, Russell Taylor, and Chef 8888 Ivan. Hello, Chef. Right, so here we go. Dun, 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 dun. Oops, Daisy. What do you do on Wednesday night? Watch the confused man from Dudley open a box live on the internet. It's that's peak 2024. That is, but. Oops, Daisy. It's like Christmas Day, this, isn't it? Apart from I'm much more sober. So, right. We've got some packaging there. Packaging. Oh. So, beautifully packaged, by the way. Oh, look, I got a freebie. I got a cement stand. So, let's have a look. What have we got in here? Right, that can go out of the way. Well, we have an acrylic color mixing box, which I've already got a wet palette essentially. There's my existing wet palette, but I could not resist another one. So that's that one from them. Then we have the magnetic paint mixer, which we'll open it up this evening and see if we can get it to work. If not, I will start working on that over the next couple of days and report back on the Sunday show, on the Sunday service. Then we have sanding sponges. And what have we got here? These are grits from 180 up to 800. And then we have this set, which is 1,000 up to 2,500. 30 pieces in each one. So we'll open them up in a minute. So, and they're different thicknesses as well. That's interesting. So let's just have let's have a quick check of the comments. Make sure you're all behaving yourselves. This is very kind. Elite 8484 says, oh no, it's spam. Sorry, that was I thought we had a serious contender there for a moment, but no, that was just spam. So into the bin they go. Let's have a look. Chef says, Chef 888 says, it's good, that paint shaker. Well, I've got the Robart paint shaker here, which I've had for about the last 5 years, which is absolutely brilliant. But again, couldn't resist having another bit of kit in here. Anyway, let's open up this, shall we? Like most Despy products, it is beautifully packaged. It's such a classy presentation. I especially like, I know he's going to go on about it, I especially like the fact that you've got this metallic printing on the box. That is just beautiful. he said, trying to get the... So let's make sure I open this up the right way. There we go. Okay, so here is our, here are our ephemera for the wet palette itself, plus the sponge, plus we have this rather neat little kind of mixing palette up here as well, which is interesting. And let's just get the instructions are here. So it says antifungal agent may be used to eliminate mildews. Pay attention to the water level to avoid paints drying out. Avoid store in circumstance with temperature higher than 40 degrees centigrade. Folks, that's not going to happen in the United Kingdom, I can assure you. A color mixing plate should avoid expose in direct sunlight for best result. This product is designed for water-based colors, not suitable for enamels or lacquer paints. Color mixing paper is not designed for repeated use. Replace with new paper after each session for best results. And this is the thing, you can go online, you can buy more of these papers. So what this is made up of is, this is how it works essentially. Let's get our paper out. So you start off with your sponge in there like so, then you wet it, and you add to that the water conductive paper, which essentially acts as, I was going to say a sponge, but we've got a sponge there, but that essentially acts as the barrier which soaks everything up and sucks the water up to the surface. Then you have your color mixing paper, which is essentially, it's like a water resistant paper, but the water will soak into it, but just keep it moist. So that's essentially the system. And I've used, like I say, I've used the Army Painter one in the past with excellent results. So I think this was, goodness me, I think this was about £12 or something. That, I'm going to say, that is remarkable value for 12 quid. Yep, I thought that was it 12 quid? Maybe just check. I can't remember. See, it was the beginning of the week, folks. I've completely forgotten how much I paid for this. Yeah, I think it was 12 quid. So let's pop this all the way, shall we? Oh, let's put the paper back at the bottom. But yeah, you can buy these. You can buy these papers separately. Here we go. Despite professional wet palette, £12.95. That, I'm going to say, that is staggeringly good value for 12 quid, 13 quid. And I will point out that we did go out and buy this. This wasn't a freebie. We did put our money where our mouths are. But yeah, that is, I like that. That is so classy. Right, let's get this toy out, shall we? I will come to the comments in a second. Herman Hambrush, he says, good day from Canada. Hello, Canada. Right, so this is a magnetic paint mixer. Oh, it says thank you. So what have we got here? This is what I like about despised products, is that it's like buying Apple. It's everything is always sumptuously packaged, and this is a what have we got in here? Oh, those are our metal rods for the stirring aspect of it. That is our power source USB cable there. So top tip is on the newer MacBooks, those won't fit. You can get an adapter, but they will fit battery power packs, rechargeable battery power packs, or indeed a plug. You just pop it into like an iPhone charging plug. So that's how that will work. And then we have the device itself. So I'm being very, a bit like Apple, I'm being very careful opening it because I don't want to kind of like rip the packaging. I know it's a tool, you're all thinking, a bit like me. See what I mean about, it's that Apple experience. It's so gorgeously packaged. Okay, so that's the paint shaker. That's obviously the battery compartment. Where is it, the battery compartment? I'm sure it is. Tell you what, shall we have a look at the instructions? Pour model paint to mixing bottle. Thoroughly add thinner. Drop a mixing rod into the bottle. Put paint onto paint stand and let mixer run. Okay. I will say that compared to everything else, the instructions on this seem to be a bit light, because you've that's obviously doesn't explain what all the bits are for. Oh, there we go. Dun, dun, dun. That's just telling you how to connect the USB to. Okay, could do with better instructions, quite frankly. And again, I'm slightly mystified as to why anybody who's got one of these, if you can indulge me, why do we have a separate panel on the underside there? That I don't quite understand. Okay. So yeah, we will get this up and running. Won't do it live because because if I do it live, things will go wrong. But I will get that. I need to have a proper read of the instructions and touch switch. Okay, I'll tell you what we'll do. We will just to indulge myself. We will plug this into. Have we got a USB charger there? Bear with. I'm just going to go and get a battery pack. I will be back in a second. And we're back. Right, let's plug this in and see what happens. Oh, it's better. So let's just. Oh. Does help if you put the USB cable in the right way around. JM, come on, you've only been using these products for 30 years. Right, so, oh, there we go. Don't know if you can hear that. Okay, all right. So it's very touch sensitive. This, it's just literally you don't have to press anything. It's just, very ingenious. Yeah, I need to go away and have a proper read up of that, but we will road test that over the next couple of days to see what it's like. But as I say, I am very, very impressed with the way the Spy package and, you know, just present everything. It's so classy. Premium will love this. It just makes me want to buy more of these products, you see. So, but there we go. Is it going to supplant my Robart one? Probably not, but it's a useful little device to have. And at 20 quid, I'm not complaining. It's let's pop these. These, incidentally, these are the little metal. What would you call them? The little bits of metal that you put into the paint, which I'm assuming will lock it onto the magnetic pad at the top. It's like I say, is the instructions on this. I'll just go back to the camera. Instructions on this are, they're a little bit vague. It just says the working principle of magnetic paint mixer is to use magnetic force to make the metal stirring rod in the paint mixing bottle rotate at high speed so as to achieve the purpose of shaking the paint evenly. It includes a micro USB cable which supports 5 volt 1A power supply. During the operation, the rotation speed of the metal rod can reach 1000 RPM, which is convenient and fast. Help model enthusiasts to concentrate and spend more time on creation. Oh, I won't say no to that. So, shall we get on to the last bit? Because you will probably all want your tea, and I'm starving hungry. And what have we got? We've got the sanding sponges. And, well, if there's one thing that has absolutely kind of like revolutionized the way I build models in recent years, it's sanding sponges. And I started out initially with just kind of like improvising with you know, kind of like beauty ones for nails and stuff, but now we've got proper model making ones, and especially these fabulous ones from Infini. If you haven't got a set of these, they are worth their weight in gold. They really are. But here we have, oh my God, see again, the Apple experience. Look how this is packaged. Comes in a polythene sleeve. Open it up. There are all your sanding sponges in there, and they're all in separate compartments, which, let's just zoom in, shall we? Separate compartments which have the grit frosted onto the surface. Isn't that just gorgeous? And let's zoom out. So you open them up, and there we go. We've got the different thicknesses here. So let's just tip these out. So there we go. You can see the different thicknesses. So we've got 5 mil, we've got 3 mil, and we've got 2 mil down there as well. These are a nice little size as well. The one observation I will make is they do seem quite firm, but you do get quite a lot there. Goodness me, I think these were, again, let me just check the invoice here, folks. A pack of these was £11.95. £11.95 for that. That is a staggering value for money, I think. Like I say, you do get 30 sanding sponges in there. So, and they're all color coordinated as well, which is a nice touch. So what we got there, we got the 400, we've got the 600, and then we've got the 800. Almost don't want to throw away half this packaging because it's so sumptuous. And I get the funny feeling that some of my modeling friends, and I do have them, you know, I get the feeling they are going to be investing in these over the next couple of days because I think they're not going to want to be left out. Oh, well, that'll do. That'll do, lad. So let's pop that back in there. And then we've got the finer set here. And again, just look at how beautifully packaged that is. That is just glorious. And yet again, everything is frosted on the lid there, so you know exactly what you are going to be reaching for. Oh, now these are a bit softer, I've got to say. But so what we got there, we've got 1000, we've got 1200, then we've got 1500, and then we've got the 2000, then we've got the 2500. And again, it's a silly little thing, but I like the way everything has got some kind of color coordination or some kind of color system. I don't know why that pleases me. Probably because I've just got a low amusement threshold, but sorry, I'm trying to get this back in its plastic cellophane wrapper again. Like I say, these were £11.95 for 30 sanding sponges. I don't think you can argue with that. Marvelous. This time we read the comments here. Let's have a look. Let's see what the comments are. Blum, blah, 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 blah. Nick says, I have several Despy tools now, including a recent purchase of a circle color, just beautifully designed and so usable. Chris says it apparently can run on battery or via mains USB lead, but I don't own one, but know those who do. Yep. And like I say, we will be road testing this considerably over the next couple of days. Viewer Jared, literally just over the hill from me, he says, my two favorite tools are Despy and Meng tweezers. Smithy asks, are the sanders single or double-sided? They are single-sided, Smithy. One side is the grit information. The other side is the actual grit. I'll tell you what, let's just get one out, shall we? Let's get one out so we can show you. There we go. So there's your grit side, and that's the color side for telling you what giving you the information on what the actual grit is. So, but just like I say, it's like Christmas Day here. Viewer David says, when not excessive, money spent on good tools can turn tedious tasks in the hobby from a chore to a pleasure. Yes, and funny you say that, because we've got from Australia, we have the SMS seam scraper, And who really dislikes scraping seams? I do. That tool, on the other hand, just makes it an absolute blast. Dougal McWoogle says, can you show the manufacturer details on the back of the box, the factory info, please? For which item, Dougal? I'll tell you what. I will be taking photographs a bit later on in the studio here, and we'll pop them up on the Facebook feed. But there we go. That's for the paint shaker, if that helps. And that is for the wet palette. And that's for the sanding sponges. I don't know if that helps. Jim's joined us from Chicago. Info for the sanding blocks, please. There you go, Dougal. What do you specifically need to know? Catalog number. We'll move that up a bit for you. We'll take a photograph. Like I say, we will take photographs and we will pop them up on the Facebook page. So yep. So all told, the grand total for that order came to a few pence over £60. Now, it's very easy to sound glib and say it only costs £60. That's pretty much the price of a new Tamiya armor kit or a new Dragon armor kit, or that kind of expense can very easily get eaten up in terms of kits, which it's people's personal choices. I much prefer to spend money on tools, and because tools will always, all this here will get used regardless of what model I'm making. Dougal says, checking the ones I bought elsewhere are made at the same place. I'll take a photograph, Dougal, and I'll ping it over to you. And Herman says, for years I went without a sprue cutter, thinking a luxury. I must have been mad. Well, likewise is shall I reach for the butcher's tools I've got here, because this slightly echoes a stuck drawer here. This slightly echoes what happened at Telford 5 years ago, when I mean these are my old sprue cutters. They are absolutely shot, but I was using these at Telford, and it was Drew Manton was sat next to me wincing as I was working my way through a not inconsiderately priced Tamiya kit. This is on the Tamiya stand, and it was after about 5 minutes of just him tutting and clucking and whatever. I said, what? And he just went, go and buy some Despy nippers, will you? And I would say he kind of like frog marched me over to the Spy stand, the stand that was selling them, which he pretty much did. And anyway, there you go. 5 years ago, I bought my little set of Despy nippers, which, although they're past their best, they still do a fabulous job. In fact, every now and then, without thinking, I just pick these up and start using them. And yeah, and since then, last year at Telford, I'm just reaching for the, oh, for goodness sake, I got the toolkit here is full up with cutters. So at Telford last year, I did invest in a pair of Godhand ones, which have seemingly vanished from my toolkit. Where they've gone. Oh, that's worrying. That where could they have gone? What did you do on? Oh, what did you do on Wednesday night? Watched a confused man from Dudley worrying about where his God hand nippers have gone. Oh no, they're here. They're here. It's because the cover fell off them. So here we go. So at last year at Telford, Spence went and bought himself a pair of God hand nippers, and so me, not wanting to be outdone, went and got a pair as well. So there we go. Those are my God hand single-sided nippers. Again, absolutely stellar. Then earlier in the year, our good friends in Australia at the Scale Modelers Supply sent us 2 pair of their nippers. They sent us the single-bladed ones, which I've just got to have a look to remind myself which is which. Single-bladed one, that's the red one is the single-bladed one, and that's a double-bladed set. They are absolutely stellar. I adore all these, and that might sound kind of like strange. You're talking about adoring tools, but these really do. They just make life so much easier, and you're not kind of like breaking stuff or having stuff launching itself into orbit, because these just do an absolutely brilliant job. So where did we get the Spice stuff from? I'm just calling up there. There we go. That was all ordered from Premium Hobbies. Like I say, they are just down the road in Weston-super-Mare. So that was good. It was supporting a local business. Yeah, there you go. So it'd be interesting to see if anybody else decides that, I need some sanding sponges. I need a color palette. So if you do, then that would be quite an interesting experiment to see. But Damien Mullen says, hello, sorry, late. No, don't apologize, Damien. Gordon J says, as far as I could tell, lots of people bought God hand cutters at Telford last year. I'm trying to remember who was selling them at Telford last year. No, brain gone. And Jim says, good tools are always worth the investment. And Gordon J says, hello from a sunny Ayrshire. It's curry for tea tonight. It's a lovely salad here. So anyway, so we will wrap it up in a second. Like I say, I will be taking photographs in the photo booth over there and sharing them, and I will let you know how I got on with these things, especially the paint shaker. That I find quite intriguing. But so unless you've got any other questions, Jim says, I am the fortunate recipient of a mass of Flory sanding sticks and sponges. Yeah, I've got some of the Flory sanding sticks here. I'm just having a look. I can't remember if that's a Flory one. Yeah, I've got some of the sanding sticks, the little micro sticks. I think they're brilliant. And Joseph Youngman says, love most God hand products. Thankfully, our local Hobby One Japan has many of their products in stock. I've got to say, years ago, this is going back. We need the wibbly wobbly effect here. This is going back 1980s, and it was reading Hobby Japan and just being so kind of like impressed with all these fabulous products that modelers in Japan could buy, and it all looked so exotic and yeah, absolutely brilliant. So I'm an absolute sucker for buying tools, as you can see, because kits come and go, but all this stuff will just get used on whatever product, whatever project you are working on. So anyway, on that note, I'll let you be for your Wednesday evening. I'm just going to have a quick sip of the old barley cup here. Fingers crossed. We will be back on. We'll be back on Sunday for the Sunday service. Gordon J asks questions, Jonathan. Question, Jonathan. What's on the bench just now? I'm working on the. Let me go and grab it. I'm working on the Tamiya P34 Tyrrell 6-wheeler for the P34 challenge. Let me just change cameras. And this is the state of the project at the moment. So we've got lots of sub-assemblies where we've just needed different paints on them. So say, for example, here, there are some parts that need to be kind of like satin black, but there are some parts that need to be gloss black. And I have been using for that the Tamiya lacquers. Absolutely love these paints. And yeah, I need to have a word with Mr. Farmer because I am running low on a couple of these. So hopefully you can swing the lead for me. But yeah, that's what I'm working on at the moment. And Mike and Penn Richardson were very kind to send me a Matchbox 32nd scale Tyrrell P34. So I'm going to photograph that and probably do a talk about that on the Sunday service. So anyway, right, you lot go and have your supper or go and build a model, and we will be back, like I say, fingers crossed, on Sunday. Until then, I've got toys to play with here, which is absolutely brilliant. So until the next time, everybody stay safe, stay out of trouble, and we'll see you hopefully on Sunday. And keep an eye out on the Facebook page because we will be updating with news of all these goodies. So until then, take care. Bye.